I'd love to understand more about how Twilio is leveraging Galileo today in your process and how you see the potential for that to continue to evolve.
Primarily, we use Observe, and Observe for us is like, I was trying to think about this earlier. I was like, what does it mean to us, right? And the best example that I could think of is that like Galileo is sort of like our head chef in the kitchen.
Oh,
Like we have we have a bunch of servers out front, literally servers, right? But in the restaurant equation, they're also servers, so this works pretty well. We got a bunch of servers out front that are sending stuff in. They're taking stuff out, and, whatever. And when if you've ever worked in a kitchen, when something comes back to the kitchen, like that head chef is right there, right? That head chef, that executive chef, knows everything there is to know about what's going on. You can ask them like, "Hey, like, is there some random ingredient in this dish?" And the answer is, whatever it is. Of course they know. They also know how to do the job of like everybody else in the kitchen, right? So your executive chef can, in the same way that they can act as a line cook, they can get the food going between the front of house, or, they can even, take on other roles in the kitchen. Galileo is like, that's when I think about like at least the Observe platform, like the ability to just go in there and see everything. And not only see everything, but be able to gain insights too. The insights that we get from the Luna metrics, like we're always in there looking at one thing or another, right? Either it's context adherence or complexity or accuracy, or any of the tone, like that sort of thing. Like that's really important. And you also sort of get that from a head chef too, right? Like you can also, in the same way, you can go to the head chef and say like, hey, can you remake this dish, or hey, can you tell me how you did this? You can also ask a head chef for insights into like how they might improve on that, or how they might use one ingredient over another, or why one ingredient works better in this case than another ingredient, right? And I realize I'm taking this example pretty far, but
no, I'm loving it.
but that's sort of how I see it. Like your Observe platform is basically the go-to for any question that we have from any level of our team, right? Like from engineer to PM to business partner, like everybody who has access to Galileo has a specific reason to go in there and look for something, and they have the ability to find what they're looking for. And so for us, that's invaluable because we don't really have any other tools that scale that well across a team. There are tools that work well for our engineers, and there are tools that work well for our PMs, and there are tools that work well for our business partners. There are very few that work equally well across all of them. And so for us, like that's like critical for us.